Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As I promised in part 4, I'd farm that fisherman and show you his correct location. And here he is. When he's right here, he lifted the strange teapot. And if you talk to if you investigate the teapot, you'll find the red jewel. Now at this point, you should have 8. As you see, I have 5 in my inventory. And in the first part of this Let's Play series, I sent 3 away to the jeweler gem already. So I have a total of 8. And you should have a total of 8 before you go to the Incan Ruins. Because like once you go to the camp of the Moon Tribe, you cannot return to South Cape or Edward's Castle. So make sure you follow this Let's Play and make sure you get those red jewels. Let's go back to Itorymvillage. In Itorymvillage, you get your first psycho power, which I don't know why they call it psycho power. The guy's not a psycho, but it should be psychic power. I think that would make more sense, but it's psycho power. So, but if you go inside this dark space here, just twinkling up in the hidden area there. You'll see a statue of Will, and it'll have the psycho power for you, which I've already received it. Just make sure you go up there and they'll explain to you how to use it, and Gaia will heal you if you need to. Alright, let's record and continue our journey. Now once you do that, in order to progress the game, you have to talk to the village elder, and he lives across this way. Just run down this slope. Sorry about that. It's hard for me to get this guy to run using the computer. Alrighty. Now Will hears a quiet voice behind him. You come, Will. If you wait, the elder will show himself. Alright, talk to the ghost elder of the village, and he'll explain it, all he's been doing and the time has passed and all this good stuff. And then he'll challenge you to find the Incan statue. Just go up to this back wall. There's a fake wall right here. Use your Psycho Dash power to bust it open. And then we see this first Incan statue. Now you need 2. The second one is located in the next village/camp, which you'll travel to when you get Lily. Now once you get the statue, make sure you go back to speak to Lily in order to progress the game. You don't have to talk to the elder guy again. I always thought those jump scenes were so cool as a kid. Alright, Lily's in this house, and your grandparents are out there too, safe from the jackal. And if you talk to her, she'll say, let's go to the Moon Tribe, and the princess will throw a hissy fit because she wants to come. But, you know, she's just a princess. It's not very useful. So she's denied her ability to come, but and we head on to the Moon Tribe. Now, in this village here, there's no red jewels. It's just a simple test that these ghosts are going to give you to see if you're worthy to get the second Incan statue, which is a pretty easy test. Just make sure you kill all the enemies within the time limit they give you. You'll meet a lot of these spirits, Moon Tribe people throughout the game. Just talk to them. So they'll let you do the test for the statue. And go down to this doorway. Pretty straightforward. Just make sure you group them all together. Alrighty. Pretty straightforward. You can also use the Psycho Dash power to hit them, and I think that kills them in one hit. but I find it simpler just to wail on them with the flute. So now we got the second statue. We're gonna head on to the Incan Ruins, which is the first real dungeon in the game. It's the first dungeon to actually have a boss at the end of it. Which, interesting fact, my sister actually defeated that boss by using Will, the boy character, whereas I found that too difficult. I always changed it to the knight to defeat the boss guy. Which is ironic, because he's not as hard as the secret boss. The reason we're collecting these red jewels is to increase our power and get all the goodies, and also make it to the secret boss. Now at this point, you can never return to South Cape, so make sure you have all those red jewels. And we're surprised by the princess who followed you here. And they're gonna wait outside while you do all the work. So let's have at it. Alright, enemies in this dungeon consist of mudmen who rush you, four-headed statues that shoot blockable bullets, and there's jellies, there's flying Incan statue heads or whatever that are very irritating, really irritating. And there's also these statues of warriors that come to life and attack you. They're irritating too. And you can block those shots. Just remember that. Yeah, them things change the direction they shoot in based on your position relative to theirs. Now, if you see that hole in the floor, we need a block so we can place in that hole to cover up these spikes so we can pass through that doorway. And we have more of these roly-poly things we just encountered. I hate those things because they're off-screen shooting. You don't know what direction where the bullet's gonna go sometimes, and you can take a lot of cheap hits that way. Earlier, you can use the psycho power on these guys, but I hate charging up for it every single time. It's more simple, easier for me to just beat them down. Alright, and that stairwell just leads back down to where we came. So let's head through this door. And this is the chest that contains that block that we need. Equip it and place it in the hole. Wait. I thought I equipped it. Oh, I wouldn't stand in the right spot. Okay. pretty odd. And make sure you defeat all the outside enemies too, because you also you get a strength increase for defeating all the outside enemies. Just because they're not inside a room doesn't mean that they don't count. And that ladder just takes you back up to the beginning, so we're gonna skip that for now. We're gonna go in here. This treasure chest contains a herb, and also it contains the body of a dead explorer. If you see it in the to my position upper left, which actually later on you'll meet the children of this explorer, and they'll be wondering what happened to their dad, and this is what happened to him. So that's unfortunate. Use your psycho power to break these blocks. Now see, that's why I don't like charging up for the psycho power. Like, I don't like Will's powers. The best powers belong to the knight. Alright, now we got a herb. Once again, I remind you, there's only a set amount of herbs in the whole game. I forgot how many, but I don't think it's even 20. So don't use herbs every time you're hurt. It's better to go back and use a Gaia space, one of those dark spaces, to heal yourself. Now to progress, you can jump down off the cliff, which I just demonstrated, and that lets you reach different doors that there's no ladders to. So if you see an open spot in these rocks, make sure you jump off and explore that area. Alright, let's check our time. We got 3 minutes before I reach the YouTube time limit. Yeah, and you can actually get trapped in thinking you're supposed to move the block, but you can't move it out of the way. You're supposed to break it with the psycho dash. Alright, got a strength increase. Those are the best increases, those in the life, because you really need to be able to take these enemies out. Alright, now we encountered the jelly monsters for the first time. And these are invisible until they choose to attack, which sucks because you're trying to find all the enemies in a room. Sometimes you don't see them and you pass them up thinking that you already cleared that area, but you haven't. There's like 1 or 2 that you missed. And here's the first Inca head statue, which I hate these things. I hate any enemy that flies around crazy. You have to be careful of them things. You can take a lot of cheap hits dealing with those Inca heads. Now this one you need Freedan to blow up, I believe. Now if you try to run down this slope, you'll just hit this wall. So we need to progress further and defeat more enemies. We can't reach that area yet, see it's blocked off. Alright, we're at the time limit for YouTube. This is Richard Moore, and I'll see you in part 5 of this Let's Play series. Have a good day.